which was amazing. So we'll give this a shot. This is amazing. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So one of the things people mainly struggle with is their diet in terms of the cravings they can't control. So just a quick video, this one. I've come up with a recipe as a pre-workout meal. It's got loads of carbs. The exact macros I'll put in the description here as well, and you'll see them on screen as I show you the ingredients. Good carbs, some fats in there. You can regulate the fats and the carbs depending on, like, if you're deeper into your cut. But to start with, let's take a look at my pre-workout meal. So the stuff you need, first of all, I'll go through that list. Scale. I've got a good old-fashioned salter scale. What you need also, ignore the mess if you can see anything in the kitchen. But yeah, Weetabix. I've got the off-brand version from Aldi because it was at half the price. I thought I'd be stupid not to. Do you know what it also is? Just to quickly touch on something. The ingredients are the exact same as you see on the Weetabix label. I looked at it like for like. 95% whole wheat, barley malt extract, sugar, salt, niacin, iron, riboflavin, thiamine, and folic acid. Exactly the same ingredients you find in Weetabix, basically. So that's what you need. This is the bit where I said you'd need to regulate it depending on how deep you are into your cut. So I've got peanut butter. Right now I can afford to have it because I'm sort of early in the cut. But eventually later on you can completely take this out or reduce the amount. I have about 20 grams or under, depending on what it looks like in the bowl. I usually keep it under 20 grams, but 20 grams at the max. And there's a proper way to weigh your peanut butter. I'll show you that in a sec. So now you've got peanut butter, Weetabix, scale. You need a protein powder. I've got this one, which is vanilla. You can mix it in with cocoa powder. So you basically, as a dry ingredient, mix the protein powder with this as a dry ingredient, and then you put your milk or water in it. It tastes like ice cream, like chocolate ice cream. And you're going to need your shaker. This one, you don't need a lid. I'll explain that in a sec. Oh yeah, bowl. You need a bowl. Also, we are getting this right here. Is also what you need as one of the last ingredients. Is an absolute game changer. What it is, when you mix it with your cereals or your protein powders, it gives you the same taste of milk. So when you have your protein powder, some people can't really have this with like water because it tastes too watery. If you have it with this from Aldi as well, coconut milk, it basically gives you the same consistency as milk would, and it gives it the same flavor. And the reason why I get coconut milk specifically, not almond or anything else, one, it doesn't taste like anything else. Two, per 250 milliliters has 63 calories, so very, very low in calories. And with this recipe, what I'm going to show you, you only need like a little bit of a splash. But without wasting time, let's get into the actual recipe and see it work. With this, there's no heating the Weetabix or anything like that required, really. I just put it on the scale. I'm not turning it on yet, just so I can use it when I need to in a sec. So for my macros, the way it works best is with 2 Weetabix biscuits. And yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it, no microwaving required, no kettle boiled water, no cooking like that required. So then, now I would basically so switch it on, so I'm not exceeding too many calories in that sense. So our maximum I'd probably go would be about 80 milliliters, but you don't need that much. Basically, you're looking to soak the biscuits. So you basically just soak. It goes through, and I've soaked them completely pretty much, and I'm at 54 mil, so it should look like this. You've soaked it all in. You get your spoon and you basically break it, so it looks like this. Stay with me. It looks like this. Boring Weetabix standard. Now here's the fun part. Get your shaker. Make sure this is dry, by the way, otherwise it will just be a bit annoying because you'll get clumps and shit. So make sure it's dry. I'm going to go 25 grams. So to give it that ice cream kind of flavour, I put the cocoa powder in. And this, you don't need a lot, don't overdo it. About 5 grams or so. It's quite easy to overdo. So don't put anything in it just yet in terms of milk or water or whatever. Make sure with this one you need to mix them two together when they're dry. So the powder now sort of looks like a chocolate one. Obviously if you have a chocolate protein powder, just do that. But this is what I've done for mine because I've got vanilla, and this actually ended up tasting better than a chocolate whey protein. Now, here's the thing: what you have to do. You get the coconut milk. You pour only a little bit. If you put too much, or if you put water, it's gonna mess up the whole recipe. You could do this with water. You need even less, but it wouldn't taste as good. Right now, my calories aren't that poverty level, so I can still do this. So I've currently put in about 40 mil. Now you mix this. In the beginning, you will get some clumps. Ignore the clumps. Just keep working through, because the whole idea is to basically make it one whole sludge, essentially. At the end, it should look something like this. If you put less milk, it'll be a bit more work, and it'll be more sludgy, which if you prefer it, that's cool. Essentially, you don't need to really put it on the scale just yet, but it is what it is. I've just put it on there. You're pouring this all over as like a syrup / sauce sort of thing. With this, you won't really miss out on any like protein, to be fair. Sometimes you're like, oh, it's all left in the shaker. Just have it with a spoon, you know what I mean? It's not a big deal, but just cover the Weetabix. Now you'll see, this is what it should look like. You've covered most of the Weetabix. That's your first layer done. Here is what I was saying about the peanut butter. You're gonna put this to the side, get the peanut butter. You put the peanut butter on the scale and do not weigh it the other way around. And when you put it in, sometimes it's like, oh, I put too much in, you can't really put it back, it's a whole mess. This is the only way to weigh, this is the right and the only way to weigh peanut butter. So you get a little bit and your scale will reflect straight away how much you've got. I've got about 19 grams, 18. We'll just get a bit, I'll probably stick to about 12. I'm in a deficit anyway, I'll just push it further. Then you cover your porridge thingy, Weetabix. You cover the Weetabix. Here it is. Try this. It's the best pre-workout I've ever had. I've tried cream of rice, which is all gritty, and the macros on this are fantastic, which will be in the description. Let's see. Let's run it quickly anyway. So 134 calories for the Weetabix itself. That includes 26 grams of carbohydrates. And obviously whey protein, I've got the gold standard one here, which is 24 grams of protein and 113 calories. For 30 grams, I put slightly less in, so that will vary slightly. Peanut butter, for 15 grams, it's 91 calories. That's roughly about what we've had here. And we've checked this roughly, I think we've still kept it under 250 ml, so about 40-50 calories for the coconut milk. And that's it. That's it. As I said in the beginning, you can lower your amounts of what you need, so you can eventually the peanut butter out still tastes great because of the chocolate thing we've made. You can reduce the biscuits to 1, or you can replace the Weetabix with banana. So you can replace one of the biscuits with a banana or some summer fruits just to keep the food volume there, but the calories low. All sorts of things you can do with this. But yeah, I'm going to take this in now. Now that's all done, I'm going to give it a try, see what it tastes like. I've not tried it with plain Weetabix before. I tried a flavoured one, I tried a banana one, which was amazing, so we'll give this a shot. This is amazing. When you're dieting, it shouldn't be completely like just plain rice, plain chicken, no sugars or no fun at all, just unflavoured whey protein. I've seen people go that extreme. If you're going to do this for the long term, and if you want to get down to a decent physique, cut down to a decent amount, if you are able to, while enjoying the foods that you want, I'm not saying pizzas or like a ice cream or a cookie dough from outside, but something that's homemade like this with all the ingredients you need. What's wrong with that? Especially if the taste is good. Even if I was to remove the peanut butter, I'm sure this would have tasted amazing. I would say quite macro friendly. Tastes fantastic, and I think this is going to be my go-to in terms of my foods when I'm cutting. If I can have foods like this and I'm still cutting weight, I think I'm more than happy with that. But yeah, catch you guys in another episode of the journey. Next one, like I promised, will be the lower body with deadlifts and all that other good stuff. Catch you later. Peace.